guys, today we have another video on my bed. It's just gonna be a really casual video once again about all these products I used up. So this is the second installment of Empties this year so far. I have one on my blog and this is the second one. I thought it might be easier in a video format because I can just sit down and talk about it. Also about my makeup, if you like what you see, it's a bit more colourful than what I usually do, or well, what I did so far on my channel. I do like colourful looks, which there's loads on my blog, link down below again, shameless self-promotion. But this look will be going up before the Empties, so if you like it, just click on the link below. I'm going to put it down there as well. Quick information before I jump into the Empties. What I did with my previous post about them is that I counted everything, meaning as in like how much they are worth, and added it up. And I'm gonna do it with every single Empties I do. I think it's quite interesting to see at the end of the year how much it's actually worth that I used up. So the last time my Empties worth, let me look, £236.93, which is quite a lot of money. So let's see what we end up with this time. So last time it was my mid-December and January Empties, I think. So this has been collecting since then. So what is that? February, March, April. So it's about 3-4 months worth of products, and lately I'm trying to be a lot better with using up what I have. And I had loads of products in my collection that's been sitting there for ages, but I actually haven't got around using it up, and all of them had just a little bit on the bottom of them. So most of these products I had quite for a while, I just never got around finishing them, and I finally got there. So I have a lot of products to talk. First, let's go with skincare, I think. So the first product I have here is this Clear Aroma Cleanse Hydrating Body Milk, and I really like this. Now Clear is a brand that is really underrated in my opinion. You don't really hear anyone talking about them, and I have to say, before I worked, so I used to work at a beauty clinic in reception, and before I started working there I never heard about this brand before, and it's really good. I think it's more of a professional brand, and also in London you can find it in some John Lewis's, definitely online. And this body milk was really nice. I think this is a lighter version that they do, and there's a more moisturizing one as well that's slightly thicker. I really like this. I use this throughout the winter and even in the summer when my skin was a bit more dry. And my skin on my body is normal / dry, so it's not the driest you can see, but it is fairly dry, and this did a really good job at keeping it hydrated, and I really liked it. And now it's all gone. I also really appreciate that it comes with a pump, although the thing about pump moisturizers is that once there's barely anything on the bottom, it's really hard to get it out. So I can still see a bit of product on the bottom of it, but I just can't get it out. I tried to like scoop it out with this bit. I tried to like shake it out. Nothing was coming. And the scent of it as well, it's nothing overpowering. It's just a really nice, it's not really a spa-like smell. I don't really like products that smell like a spa. I'm not too sure what it smells like, but it is lovely. I don't think it has any perfume in it because they are more like a natural brand. Oh, it says coconut oil. Maybe it is coconut oil. But it doesn't really smell overly coconutty. I don't know, but it smells really good. They are also a cruelty-free brand, so I would definitely recommend, if you can find it somewhere, check this out. It's really nice. The next two products are from Clear as well. I have here a Hydra Floral 24-hour hydrating light cream, which was my morning moisturizer for a really long time. I really like this. Now, if you suffer from really dehydrated, dry skin, you might need something thicker. They have another version of this as well, which is a more rich formula. I think it just says like rich in the name instead of light, which I use in the winter. That was really good. But now that the weather is not as cold, I could just get away with the light one. And this is the same cream as I use currently, so I repurchased it. Although the one I have now is still the same Hydra Floral range, and it's still light, but I think it's like an anti-pollution hydrating cream. I'm gonna be honest, I have no clue what the difference is, but that's the only one they had in stock in John Lewis when I was there, and there was no one to help me, so I went with that one. It feels exactly the same on my skin, so I'm really happy. It's perfect for what I want it to do, and I'm gonna really miss it once it's gone, because I'm not too sure I can find it anymore in the shops. Maybe I can go back to the clinic where I worked and get it. But yes, really nice hydrating cream. And the other one is a night cream. It's the Aroma Cleanse Neroli Hydrating Night Balm. Now this is the only product I tried from them. Oops, sorry. So this is the only product that I'm not too sure so far. It's quite pricey. It's 15 mils. It's quite a small jar, as you can see, and it cost me, let me just quickly check, I think it was £40. Yes, it was £40. And you only need the tiniest bit because it's really thick, but at the same time it was okay in the winter, but once the weather got warmer I felt like it was a bit too thick on my skin, and I'm sure it did a lot for hydration, but I just don't really like that thick oily texture, so I used it up because I paid a lot of money for it. Even the smell is a bit more spa-like than what I like, and this is the one product from that clear that I don't think I would repurchase, just because I didn't like the formula much, and yeah, it was okay for hydrating, but you know, it didn't do wonders. I have one last product left from that clear, and this is the Aroma Cleanse Essential Cleansing Milk. And I really like this. So the way I used to do it is wet my face a bit, then apply a little bit in my hands, just sort of smush it all over my face, massage it in, and then take a wet cloth and wash this off. And despite it being a really small size, it's only 50 mils, it did a wonderful job of taking off my makeup and lasting for a really long time too. I think this, well, I didn't use it every day, but it lasted me for a month. For a month? No, it lasted me for months and months, because I took this to my boyfriend before we lived together to use it there, and I left it in his room. And I think if I would have used it every day, it would have still lasted me for about 2-3 weeks. Well, it depends of course how much you use, but you didn't need it a lot for this to effectively take off your makeup. And this comes in a full size as well. I just wanted to try the travel size first, and if I wouldn't have any other makeup remover at the moment, I would repurchase this. I really liked it, and it did a wonderful job of taking off my makeup. Now the next item will be Haircare. It's the Faith in Nature Aloe Vera Shampoo and Conditioner. I'm trying to be recently better with Haircare in the terms of like how much plastic I use, but well, these are plastic containers clearly, but also in terms of like what ingredients you have in the product. And both of these I got in a health shop, so the ingredient list is quite clean. I really liked it, and the scent is, it's a really oh, there's a bit of water on the bottom. It's lovely. The scent is really fresh. It smells a bit citrusy, and I don't think aloe vera has much of a scent, does it? Oh yeah, citrus, lemon peel oil, and something else that I don't know what it means. So yes, the scent is more citrusy, which I really like, and I felt like it was a really good cleansing shampoo. Now it says it's a rejuvenating shampoo for normal to dry hair. They are cruelty free and vegan as well, and they have certified organic ingredients, and they were all made in, well, they're British products, so I assume they were made, oh yeah, they were made in England, which means they didn't have to come from far away and have a giant carbon footprint behind them. They are a bit more on the pricey side, I think. Well, not that much. They are around £5 each. And I really like them, and I would happily repurchase them again. I still have a couple of hair products in my shower, but these two were really good. If you have really dry hair or really oily, I'm not sure they would do much. My hair is pretty normal. It's just a bit more oily at the scalp. And that's it. I don't really have dry ends or anything like that. And these did what I want them to do. My hair felt always really clean, but still smooth when I use them, and that's all I want from my hair products. The next product is still a hair care product, and this is just an empty container. I used to have a Lush shampoo bar in here. I'm not too sure of the name of it. It was the blue one, which is I think a sea something, and it has like green algae bits of it, if I'm not wrong. I think they are algae bits, and I really liked it. I had it once before, so it was a repurchase. I like the fact that they only come in a small paper packaging, and then you can just put them in these reusable metal containers to keep them safe and protected in your shower. And that was the shampoo I used if I felt like the other one didn't do a good enough job of cleansing, if I felt there's loads of build-up in my hair from different products, from like dry shampoo or whatever. This did an amazing job at cleaning them. And there's another one I really like, which is the honey one. It's more like a beige color. That's really good as well, which is a bit more of a hydrating formula. So again, once I go through a couple more products in my bathroom, then I will probably purchase either this one or the honey one, or both really. I have another container with the solid conditioner in there. Now that one is not my favorite. I just don't really get along well with that. I'm trying my best, but it doesn't work well. But this one was amazing. It lathered up well, and you didn't need to use a lot. And also they last a really long time, for months and months and months. They're just really amazing. So Lush, good job. If you see them, give them a try. They are really good. Another skincare product is this Badescu drying lotion, and as you can see, there is still a bit of product left on the bottom of it, but I feel like this is not as effective as it used to be in the beginning. And also it's a bit grubby. I mean, look at it. I had it for a long time. I moved house with it, and I think the shelf life is, no, it's 2 years, but I had it I think about 2 years or a bit longer, and I don't know if I would repurchase this. In the beginning I felt like it did a great job, but as I went on using it, I think it just lost its power, and I didn't feel like it did much for me. I know for a while it was all the hype in the beauty community, especially on YouTube and on different beauty blogs. Not so much in magazines, but you know, on YouTube and blogs I feel like this was all the rage, because if I remember well, it was Kylie Jenner who used this on Snapchat, and then everyone went ballistic, and I just don't see the hype, I have to say. I mean, it has alcohol in it, a bit of zinc, so basically, oh, and salicylic acid, so basically that's what's drying out your pimples. But I just feel like I got down to like the half point of it, or not even that much, and it just didn't do much for me anymore. And yeah, I'm not sure I would repurchase this, but it did a great job for a little while, and for that I'm happy. But it's time for this baby to go. Last few skincare products are masks. So let's start with this one. This is the Boots Ingredients Super Hyaluronic Moisturizing and Nourishing Sheet Face Mask. This was okay. I mean, I'm still not too sure how I feel with sheet masks. Now, I'm not the best when it comes to masks. I always say to myself that, oh no, I'm gonna use it once a week at least, and then, you know, life happens and then I forget. But it was nice. My face felt fairly hydrated after it. Nothing amazing, but again, I think I should use them more often. So, you know, I'm not gonna expect wonders just from using it once. I know I should just get into a routine, and I might one day when I'm fully adulting. Maybe that's when I become a full adult. I don't know when I can use sheet masks every week. But yeah, it was okay. I mean, for the price, I think it was around £2. What was it? I think £1.50. You know, it's a good mask, but yeah, that's all I have to say about it. Another mask I had is the Nip and Fab Fix's No Needle Fix Eye Mask. So this is a little eye patch that you have to put on for 20 minutes, and it was really interesting. You know how usually with eye masks it's just a little patch under your eye? No, this one went on sort of like a Zorro face mask. It just went all across your face, all around, under and over, and it was good. I feel like it did hydrate my mask, but at the same time, again, I think you should use it every week, it says on the packaging. Does it say anywhere? No, but I think you should use it like about once a week. And I'm not gonna lie, if you use this once a week, it gets quite expensive. I think it's £4 for one sachet, which doesn't sound too bad. But then you have to spend around £15 just on your eye mask in 1 month. So I think over time it gets a bit expensive. And for me personally, I don't think it's worth it. But maybe when I get older I will reconsider. It felt nice while I had it on, but also because it went all around, it felt a bit more sloppy applying than it would just be with a little patch. So I think if I would use a face patch, an eye patch all the time, I would still consider using a little eye mask that's smaller under my eyes rather than one that's all around. It's just a bit less fussy and it would be quicker, but it was an okay product. And the last thing that is skincare, I think, yes, the last thing that's the skincare is this Beauty Pro Foot and Callus Peel. And I've seen so many reviews about this and I'm not too sure. I feel like it sort of worked, but not fully. So what this is basically a foot peel. You have to put on these little booties that has some sort of liquid in there, and it should be like an amazing way to get rid of all the, you know, hard skin on your feet and give them a good peel. And I thought, you know what, the warmer weather is coming, let me try this. And they say that it takes about 7 days for this whole process to go through, and it did. Till about the first 4 days I haven't noticed anything, and it was around the 4th day when my foot started to peel. And some people say it's really disgusting. Well, it didn't look pleasant and it was a bit itchy, but I think it's just because it was quite dry. My feet are a part of my body and my hands that get quite dry, and you're not supposed to put on like any foot cream or lotion for a week, and also you can only wash them with water. You're not supposed to use any body wash or anything on them, which I didn't. So I followed the instructions, and I feel like, yes, while it removed some of the dead skin and the dry skin on my feet, the areas where I had a bit more, so usually, you know, it's around your heel, so like this area and a bit around your toes, while it made my feet smoother, it didn't remove everything, and it just removed loads of skin from the middle of my foot where, you know, your skin is smooth anyway. So I don't know, it did make them softer, but I didn't get the amazing results that everyone was raving about. So I don't know, I might give them another go in the future, yes, just to see. But yes, if you use it, be warned, for a week your feet won't be able to like be in sandals because it's just gonna look disgusting. And yeah, my boyfriend asked me to sleep in socks because he didn't want dead skin all over the place, so that was pleasant. You know, it's doing great for romance. Next up, I have 2 nail polishes. They are both from Berry M. One of them is a quick dry top coat. Ooh. One of them is a quick dry top coat, and the other one is just a quick dry nail polish in the shade, well, I don't know, the name wore off, but it's this beautiful dusty pink color. And I always find that with Berry M nail polishes, you can see there's a really tiny bit on the bottom of it. They just always get really goopy when you get to that point. It's the same with this one, there is a tiny bit left on the bottom, but it just gets to the point where it just gets really goopy and I can't use it anymore, so I have to say goodbye to them. But it is true what it says, it was really quick dry, and the top coat was actually really nice and shiny, so I would repurchase in the future both of these. I just have loads and loads and loads of nail polishes at the moment. Maybe I could do like a nail polish project pan or collection and sort through or something. Let me know if you would like to see that. But yes, these ones are gone, And now I have about another 40 bottles to go through. Oopsies. The rest of the products in the bag are all makeup, which I'm really happy about because it doesn't happen too often. Oh no, actually there's one more skincare item, which is this Becca Glow Elixir, and oh my god, the smell of this, it's just it's divine. And it's a hydrating serum that I have to put on every morning, and it's gonna boost your glow and tighten and all the good stuff. And I'm gonna be honest, I haven't seen much of a difference in my skin for me to repurchase this, because it's around it's £34, and the smell of it I love. But I have the new primer and setting spray as well, which smell exactly like this, and that those would be something I definitely repurchase, especially the setting spray. I just love the smell of that, and it does give me a nice glowy finish. But yes, it was nice to use, and it's definitely something that I enjoyed using every single morning, hence I went through the whole bottle and I scraped every last little, you know, drop out of it. I used to hold it in the morning and just shake it in my hand when there was barely anything on the bottom that the dropper couldn't reach anymore. And it comes in a really nice sturdy glass packaging, which I really enjoyed. I'm just not sure it showed me enough results to repurchase, but it's definitely something I loved using. And the smell just transported me back to my childhood every morning, because it smells like one of the watermelon sweeties that I used to eat. It was like a chewing gum in a watermelon shape, and it had this pink powder in the middle that was quite sour. It was amazing. Next off, I have a few minis. I have a really mini Avon lipstick that I used up. It was this beautiful, I'm not sure you're gonna see this pinky red color. I really liked it, and I have a few of these, so I've just tried to go through them. So one of them is done. Then I have a tiny Too Faced Hangover replenishing primer and setting spray, and it was enough for about 2-3 uses. And I don't know, I had the primer version of this as well before. I was not a big fan of that either. I don't feel like it was moisturizing enough, and you know, this was nice but nothing special. It's definitely not something I would purchase the full size of, but I don't know, it was okay to use. And yeah, I'm not too fussed about this. Another Too Faced product though that I love is the Better Than Sex mascara. I have currently, oops, I keep dropping everything today. So I currently have a full size of this as well in my collection that I'm using, and I think this is my favorite mascara. And yes, I used up 2 minis, and they're going now. Another mascara, which is my second favorite mascara, is the Urban Decay Perversion. I swear I don't choose them based on the name, but yeah, Better Than Sex and Perversion are just my favorites, and I dropped it again. But yes, it's a really lovely mascara. It gives you enough volume and length, and it separates your lashes instead of clumping them together. Now this is a formula I think that I prefer once it gets a bit drier, but once it does, it's amazing, and I have nothing bad to say about this. It's just a really good mascara. I think this was also my second tube of this, and even on my Too Faced, when I'm on like tube number 3 or 4 or something ridiculous. I love these. Also, by the way, if you know a really good cruelty-free but cheaper like drugstore mascara, please let me know. I'm thinking currently of the Essence Lash Princess because I've heard a lot of good reviews about it. But if you have anything else to recommend, please leave it down below so I know I would be up to try some new mascaras. That's a bit more friendly on my purse than this. Next up, I have 3 concealers. 2 of them are the Catrice Liquid Camouflage ones. Everyone is raving about these, and it's for a reason. They are really nice. They give you a good enough coverage. They don't look cakey, and I will definitely repurchase these. And another one I have is the Charlotte Tilbury Retoucher. The only thing I don't like is the applicator. It's sort of like the YSL Touche Eclat. I'm not too sure how I feel about that. But other than that, just because sometimes you keep clicking it and there's no product coming in, and then all of a sudden it just all blubs out from this little paintbrush. And yeah, I'm not too sure about that, but the product itself is really nice. This one is more on the light to medium coverage side, and for days when you're more natural, it's really good. I also use this all over the face for the days when I want to be again a bit more natural and I didn't want foundation, and it worked perfectly well for that. And I would consider repurchasing this in the future, although I think this got, I don't know if the formula is different. I think the packaging is, it comes with a little sponge head. I think it's similar to like that Maybelline Age Rewind or whatever it's called. So I would be up for trying that. And also the packaging, it's just, oh, it's Charlotte Tilbury, it will always be beautiful. Next up I have a primer. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. It came in a little set, so it's only a little travel size, and I really liked it. It's sometimes, I think I talked about this in my favorites video. Again, I will try to link it up here in the corner. Is it this corner? That corner? One of the corners, you know. And it was really nice. So sometimes I was lazy and I didn't use my moisturizer, only this one after my Becca serum, and it did a good enough job of hydrating my skin. Now I wouldn't say do it all the time, but every once in a while you can cut the corners, and this did a fabulous job. Now if you are someone who has lots of texture, this is not going to do anything for smoothing over that, but if you have dry or combination skin and you just want to perk up your skin a bit, this will do the job. It will just give an extra bit of hydration, and yeah, I really like this, and I would consider purchasing a full size or maybe a travel size, but at the moment I have my Becca First Light, so that will have to be used up first. But yeah, I really liked it. Another product, another two actually, that I sort of use as a primer is the MAC Strobe Cream, which was in the project and now it's gone. I really liked this. Now MAC is not a cruelty-free brand, so I wouldn't repurchase it, but it did give a nice glow to my face. This is just the original shade and it was only a travel size, and yes, I think if MAC would be cruelty-free I would reconsider buying this, but because they are not, there are loads of other products on the market that will do the same job, like the Becca one. The Becca shade of the liquid highlighter Pearl is really similar to this one, so if you're looking for a good cruelty-free alternative, try Pearl. Yeah, it was really good. I really did enjoy it, but now it's going. Also, it says it's hydrating. I'm not sure it did actually hydrate my skin much, but it definitely coated it in a lovely glow. Another thing that I used under a light coverage foundation or over like a slightly more coverage one. Great English, Sandra. But you know, something that's a bit thicker is the Becca Opal Shimmering Skin Perfector. It came in a little kit with the powder form, and I hit 10 on the powder version as well. And this one has a tiny bit on the bottom, but for the life of me I can't get it out. It's just, the one doesn't reach it, so I had to give up, and I tried to like leave it upside down, and because it's more on the thick side it just wouldn't budge, so I just have to deal with it. And I have the full size in Champagne Pop, which I really like. It's just a bit more gold, but now that the summer is coming, that will work perfectly even on my pasty face. But yes, I really liked it, and in the future I would definitely consider purchasing it. Now this little product lasted me for ages, so I think I might just, because I have so many products, I might just buy the travel size. If I would have less things, I would get the full size, and from Champagne Pop I have the full size because it only comes in the full size. But yeah, from Opal I might get the smaller one. I might even get Moonstone, although I really like Pearl as well. I'm just too obsessed with highlighter. There's nothing we can do. Next up I have 3 powders. Yes, you heard it right. 2 loose and 1 pressed. So the pressed powder is from Revolution. In the back it used to have a mirror that fell out, but I think that's a really smart idea, and then you could roll it out and there was a little sponge there which I lost. I'm great, I know. So if you're considering for something on the go, this is really good. My only problem is that it opens quite easily. Of course now I have to shake it like mad, but it opens quite easily, So that's my only issue with this for traveling, but other than that it's great because it has a mirror and the little sponge there, and the powder I really liked. So I will definitely repurchase this once I'm going through a bit more powders. I have a few at the moment, but I really like this. Now, one of the loose powders is the Ben Nye Neutral Set Powder. I really like this. It's really nice. It's really similar to the RCMA No Color Powder, is it called? Oh god, I think that's what it's called. And this baby here lasted me for ages. And yep, it was amazing for special effects, for normal everyday makeup. Now the finish of this is more on the matte side, so is the Revolution one. So if you're looking for a luminous powder, this is not going to be the one for you. But if you want to bake, this is perfect. Or just, you know, a light dusting of powder, this will definitely keep your makeup in place. And once I go through some of my powders, I will definitely repurchase this. I might even repurchase it soon because at the moment I have no loose powders in my collection and I really miss having one. And the next one is the Becca Hydro Mist Setting Powder. Oh, this was amazing. I will definitely repurchase this one as well. It's formulated with 50% water and glycerin, which means that it's amazing if you have dry skin, and it feels really refreshing. So it comes with a little oh, there was a bit of powder left. Great. It comes with a little cap, so it keeps your powder intact. Even if you like turn it upside down, it's not going to be all in the cap once you open it. And also it's there to keep your product fresh because of all the water and glycerin that's in there. The powder actually feels wet when you apply it on your skin, which is really weird. And yes, it's a really weird sensation when you put in a powder but then it feels like a mist. It's just really weird. Oh, I have 10 minutes and I have to go. So yes, it's a really weird sensation, but it's amazing if you have dry skin or in the summer now that the warmer weather is coming. It's just gonna feel amazing, really refreshing on your skin. Another product for setting is the Ben Nye Final Seal Setting Spray. I'm a bit on the fence about this. It did an amazing job of setting my makeup, but on the other hand it felt minty. And it just, sometimes it irritated my eyes a bit and it made me, well, not cry, but my eyes were definitely watering. And I would say, I think it has alcohol in it. Oh yes, it does. So it's a bit more on the drying side, and I only use it either on photo shoots if I had to make sure that the makeup stays on, or on days when I knew I'm going out and I really want to make sure my makeup is not budging. For that, this is amazing. But because of the fact that it's so minty and it just a bit, yeah, my eyes didn't like that. So I don't know. If I would want a really heavy duty setting spray, I would definitely go for this. And I think I might repurchase just the small size again in the future. But yes, it's just like a special occasion setting spray, because I think it's a bit too drying for an everyday basis, but also, again, the mint and my eyes just don't mix well. Alright, we're on to the last few products. I have two pencils here, and one of them might be a bit of a, you know, sorry, this is in my project pen. It's in the Project Pen collab, and it just got a bit too old and it irritated my eyes. So spoiler alert, my Avon Super Shock pencil is going in the bin. I tried using it, I used up quite a big bit of it, but again, I'm going to talk about it more in that Project Pen update. So this is going bye-bye. Another pencil, there's a pencil in the cap. Yeah, I'm not sure you're going to see. No, it doesn't want to focus. Never mind. There's a pencil in the cap, but I just pushed it in and it's not coming out. This was a Rimmel brow pencil. It was a bit too warm for what I wanted. I think if you're a redhead, this might have been perfect. For me, it was a bit too warm, but still, mixed in with other pencils or brow mascaras, I used it up. And again, even for a pencil, I think I would prefer something with a smaller nib, so something like a retractable pencil. This was just a bit too chunky. It's like a typical, you know, pencil that you have to sharpen yourself. and sometimes it just got a bit chunky and I couldn't be precise enough. So a brow pencil like this is not something I would like to use again, ever, really. But it was okay. I used it up and now it's gone, and it's another non-cruelty free item out of my collection. The last two items are both eyeshadows, and both of these palettes are something that I depotted. This one is from the Sleek Eye Divine palette. It's the Oh So Pretty palette, and this was the brown. This was like a nice light brown shade that I use a lot in my crease. And yes, it was just the perfect transition shade. I used it all up, it's all gone, and yes, I have loads more eyeshadows to go through. The last one again is an eyeshadow. This one was the shade Foxy from the Naked 2 eyeshadow palette, which I depotted as well. And Foxy is just a really nice yellow based neutral skin color. I use this mainly either as like a matte highlight under my brow bone and in the corner, or most of the time I just use this to set my eyeshadow primer with, and it worked perfectly for that. I still have another Foxy shade in my Naked Basics palette that I'm currently penning, and is in my Graveyard Project pen, and hopefully that's gonna go soon too. But yes, it's an amazing formula. I love Urban Decay eyeshadow formulas, especially their mattes. I feel like are always amazing, and yeah, this was, you know, a good eyeshadow. And that's it. Nothing left in this giant Becca bag. It's all gone. There's a lot of empties, and this time it's a bit more money than what was last time. So these altogether were worth £363.34, which that's a lot of money, but I know that it got bumped up by the body lotion and all the moisturizers basically, because I have 2 of the Dermalogica face creams there and the body lotion. And also don't forget about the Becca powder, that's quite expensive as well, and it just all, oh, and you know, I had a serum in there, so at the end it just all added up. And also there were a couple of, you know, Urban Decay products, MAC, Charlotte Tilbury, so those all bumped up the value. And altogether now, since the middle of December, I think that's when my other empties, that's when I started collecting them. So altogether with my last empties now, we got up to a whopping £600 and 27 pennies, not cents, I think I said before, pennies. And yes, £600, that's crazy. But at least I know that I got my money's worth. I used these all up, and yes, I definitely enjoyed most of these products. That's all I had to say for today. Let me know what are the products that you used up lately, and which one of those would you actually repurchase. I think I definitely have some products here, like the Smashbox Primerizer or the Becca Hydro Mist, that I would repurchase in the future once I go through some of my older products. And that's it for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I hope you're gonna stick around and subscribe to my channel. And have a lovely day. That's all I have to say for today, and I'm gonna see you next time. Bye bye.